class, the goal for this video is to help you with the essay part of the answer sheet. I'm sorry, from the week of May 1st, up the Cooley Keystone Literature questions. Okay, so I told you to stop after the multiple choice questions, so we're going to review the best way to answer this. Okay, for those of you who have already answered it, please continue to watch and take notes on this video because it gives good advice and you are going to use this information for future essay questions for the Keystone. Okay, so for the Keystone Literature exam, there are several points that you can earn. You want to earn 3 points. This is the best. Okay, so your response will provide a clear, complete, and accurate answer to the task. The task is the writing prompt, okay, which is this. The response provides relevant and specific information from the passage. I cannot emphasize this enough. This means textual evidence from the passage. In this case, in this specific example, it was up the Cooley. That's the passage or the text or the story. You want to make sure you provide information from the story to support your statements. Okay. 2 points, the response provides a partial answer to the task. The response provides limited information from the passage and may include inaccuracies. Okay, so in other words, that means if you are stating that Howard was such and such, you want to make sure you give an example that fully supports that he was such and such, not something completely opposite that doesn't support what you just stated about his personality. The response number 1 point, the response provides minimal answer to the task. The response provides little or no information from the passage and may include inaccuracies. Okay, so if you don't provide information from the passage, that's going to drop your points. Make sure you're accurate about things. And also, under 1 point, the response relates minimally to the task. So you want to make sure you read this prompt very carefully and hit all the points they're asking you to do. Okay? His thoughts, what they reveal about his personality. 0, the response is totally incorrect or irrelevant or contains insufficient information to demonstrate comprehension. Okay, so they're looking for how you comprehend the question and what you read. Okay, so let's look at an example. So the case for bike share in New York City. Here's an example of a passage, okay, that might be on the Keystone or might not be. Okay, what is bike share, potential benefits, transportation benefits, okay? As a student, you read the whole thing, you look at the graphic here, okay, you read all this and the health benefits, and then you answer the multiple choice questions like you did with Up the Cooley, and then you answer the essay question, the writing prompt. So let's look at that. This is what a student with a perfect score of 3 wrote. So let's look at the question. Analyze how the author constructs the argument in the passage. Use information from the passage to support your analysis. I'm going to repeat that. Analyze how the author constructs the argument in the passage. So the first thing you need to find is the argument in the passage. Use information from the passage, which is the story, to support your analysis. Okay? This is the question. This is why the person got 3 points. Let me explain. Okay? Notice how the student writing this passage restates the question and answers the question in the first paragraph. Be sure to do this every time you write a constructed response. Remember to restate and answer in paragraph 1. So let's see how the student did that. Analyze how the author constructs the argument in the passage. Use information from the passage to support your analysis. The author uses statistics to persuade the reader to support the creation of a bike share program in New York City. Okay, so the argument is to support the creation of a bike share program in New York City. How does he use it? How to analyze how the author constructs the argument? He uses statistics to persuade. These statistics give real-life credibility to adding a bike share program to any city. Okay, so this student is restating and answering the question in paragraph 1. That is what you want to do. So if you have, all right, so that's what you want to do. You want to analyze how Howard's thoughts throughout the passage reveal about what they reveal about his personality. Okay. And that's in paragraph 1. And then he goes on, he or she says, for example, the author introduces the bike share program in Paris as a success story with 75,000 bike rentals a day. The author also tells the reader that 89% of people who use the bike share program in Paris and that the program allowed them to travel in the city more easily. Finally, the author cites a study done, etc., etc. All of these things are information from the passage, okay? The response provides a clear, complete, and accurate answer. The response provides relevant and specific information from this passage, okay? So you want to make sure that you do that, okay? I'm going to stop here. I want you to do the best you can in answering this essay, and we will go over it together.